History has a knack for repeating itself, and King Rome Bosphorus Hyrule knew this before the demise of him and his kingdom from the great Calamity Ganon, a primal evil that has endured over the ages. Realizing that these times of peace would only be temporary, he sought to repeat the events from 10,000 years ago, when Calamity Ganon last appeared and was successfully sealed with assistance from the divine beasts and their champions. "100 years prior to Link's emergence from the Shrine of Resurrection, civilization was brought to its end by the Great Calamity. Unfortunately, Calamity Ganon's return was not an unexpected one. King Rome spent a vast majority of his daughter, Princess Zelda's life, preparing for a triumphant battle similar to one their ancestors had ages ago, when Calamity Ganon first appeared.
10,000 years ago, this primal beast invaded Hyrule Kingdom. As per invasion, the incumbent princess and chosen hero rose against the evil. Nevertheless, the power of Calamity Ganon was unparalleled. As a result, the technology of the ancient Sheikah tribe was utilized to create an army of guardians and 4 divine beasts to corner the beast. The great strength of Calamity Ganon required drastic measures in order to ensure victory in this battle of life and death. Eventually, after a long-fought battle, the united forces cornered the beast and set the stage for the final blow inflicted by the hero with the blade of evil's bane and the sealing by the princess. Calamity Ganon's first invasion resulted in its sealing, but the royal family, the Hylians, and the other tribes of the land knew that the seal would eventually break and that the beast would strike again, more ferocious than ever.
Along with the Guardians and Zelda's sealing power, the divine beasts were imperative in weakening Calamity Ganon. These 4 colossal, ancient mechanisms were constructed by the Sheikah tribe for the sole purpose of aiding the hero and princess in their battle. The divine beasts and guardians were hidden under the ground and in the mountains for thousands of years, when sometime after the first attack 10,000 years ago, the king and Hylians grew more and more afraid of the Sheikah and their technology. This left the Sheikah with 2 options: continue to utilize their technology and be purged by the Hylians. These became the Yiga clan, who in their hatred to the Hylians swore allegiance to Calamity Ganon. The other group gave up their technological past by hiding the divine beasts and guardians and resumed a more modest life in Kakariko village. It was first when Calamity Ganon's return was imminent that the royal family renewed their interest in Sheikah tech. Even though this story was often considered legend, there came with it a prophecy. The signs of a resurrection of Calamity Ganon are clear, and the power to oppose it lies dormant beneath the ground.
It was first during the reign of King Rome Bosphorus, when time was about to run out, and Ganon's return was imminent, that the order was given to excavate the Forgotten Guardians and select new champions from the different tribes in preparation for the inevitable invasion.
The champions being Mipha of the Zora tribe, Revali of the Rito, Daruk of the Gorons, and Urbosa of the Gerudo. Then there is Link himself. While not technically a champion, he was the captain of the princess's royal guard and the youngest appointed knight to Hyrule Castle's Imperial Guard. Mipha, the princess of the Zora tribe, was assigned to pilot divine beast Varuta. However, she was no ordinary Zora, for she possessed a unique healing power that no other Zora could replicate. Not even her father, King Dorephan, or her charming brother Prince Sidon. She also had a romantic interest in Zelda's appointed knight Link, whom she has known since childhood. The champion assigned to the flying divine beast Va Meadow was the narcissistic Revali of the Rito tribe. He too had a unique ability amongst his people to create an updraft below him to gain momentum while flying. This also made him the most skilled archer among the Rito. Then there is the fearless Daruk of the Goron tribe tasked with piloting divine beast Vah Rudania. His strength, along with his incredible offensive and defensive techniques, made him the perfect candidate for the Goron champion. Finally, Urbosa of the Gerudo tribe was selected to pilot divine beast Vah Naboris. She is among the fiercest of the Gerudo warriors, a tribe already full of fierce warriors as it is. She has a distinct power of lightning to aid her in battles. All 4 of these divine beasts were named after sages long past. Varuta after Ruto, the sage of water. Vamedo after Medli, the sage of earth. Vah Rudania after Darunia, the sage of fire. And Vah Naboris after Naburu, the sage of spirit. The champions also had their own distinct weapons of choice, such as Mipha's light scale trident, Revali's great eagle bow, Daruk's boulder breaker, and Urbosa's scimitar of the Seven and Daybreaker shield.
Link and Zelda set off to face the beast alongside the 4 champions, but without Zelda's sacred powers, it was to no avail. Seeking this weakness, Ganon set his aim to corrupt the weapons that were meant to bring his doom. With a great roar of corrupted force, the beast spread his toxic malice across Hyrule, reaching hundreds of recently refurbished guardians, and more importantly, sending disgusting creations of his own to assume total control over the divine beasts. The champion pilots fought courageously against Ganon's twisted creations, but suffered in the end the same terrible fate: death. Corrupted, the machines meant to protect the land had now turned against their own masters and set out on a hunt after Link, Princess Zelda, King Rhoam, and the people of Hyrule.
These corrupted divine beasts caused misery among the settlements they resided by. Varuta unleashed an endless amount of rainfall to downpour on Zora's domain. Vamedo attacked any Rito that would fly among the village. Vah Rudania caused wave after wave of volcanic eruptions upon Death Mountain, and Vah Naboris caused a heinous sandstorm in Gerudo Desert. It certainly did not make life easier for the settlers around these beasts. Not only were these champions slain by puppets of Ganon, but their souls were set to remain in the corrupted divine beasts for all eternity, or at least the next 100 years until Link's return from the Resurrection Shrine after his near-death battle with Guardians.
Determined, he joined Yunubo, Sidon, Teba, and Riju, who spoke warmly of the deceased champions, and with their help he reclaimed some of the memories from the times he spent with the deceased champions. The brutal but warm encounters with Daruk, the close bond he shared with the gracious Mipha, the rivalry with the cocky Revali, and the respectful ties with the independent Urbosa. Awakened and fully aware of his mission inside the beasts, the relatives and descendants of the champions aided Link to battle his way to the entrances. The divine beasts were sophisticated machines full of mechanical components, which could be controlled to solve puzzles and conquer obstacles to reach and activate the different terminals and then the main control unit. With it, Fire Blight, Water Blight, Wind Blight, and Thunder Blight Ganon charged at Link with their dirty battle tactics. But nothing could stop the vengeful Link from destroying the murderers and free the spirits of their champion victims. As a reward for these feats, Link was gifted Daruk's protection, Mipha's grace, Revali's gale, and Urbosa's fury. With these powers and the relics and weapons of the former champions by his side, and the champions aiming their weapons at Hyrule Castle, the time had come to take down Calamity Ganon.
But that is it for this episode of Inside Zelda Breath of the Wild. Before we go, we'd like to inform you that for this series, we'll be going back to the formula of Zelda Unknown, starting with some different locations in Hyrule. So, would you like us to talk about Zora's Domain or Death Mountain? Sound off in the comment section below or tweet it to us at Common Realm. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you girls and guys soon.